Welcome everybody. This is the Animal Experience. I'm Coriel Kramer and I am a metaphysical expert for animals and people. And that's, as some of you know, just a smaller, shorter version of saying that I'm an animal communicator, I'm a psychic, I'm a seer, I'm a medium, I'm a healer. I'm a lot. Doesn't fit on the business card. All that stuff just does not fit on a business card. So, the Animal Experience, I want to welcome everybody to it. This is where I share with you what I've learned from the animals. Also tips and tricks, like I've already had a tip episode on traveling with and without your pet or your animal. I hate the word pet. But this episode is going to be a pet health tip episode. And it's also episode 40. And it's going to be on CBD oil and some of the benefits that I know have been helped, some of the animals that I know have been helped in, and some of the benefits they've reaped from it, and also some of the symptoms and things like, you know, what's going on with it, is it true, is it snake oil, you know, things like that there. So let's get to it. And again, everybody, hello and welcome. I will please please feel free to comment or post anything if you've had an experience with CBD oil, not only for your animals, but for yourself as well, because I'll be reading those at the end of the show, and this is the place to share it. Let the world know how it's benefited you, how it's benefited your animals. So, episode 40. Lordy, it's episode 40. I cannot believe we've been doing this for 40 episodes, coming together like this. I think it's amazing, and I'm thrilled about it. And I'm thrilled the Animal Experience has been touching so many people's lives and helping so many people to understand their animals more. That's why I did this. Well, that's why I'm doing this. And it's been so well received. And it feels, I swear, it does not feel like it's been 40 episodes to me. It feels like I've done maybe 12 or 15. I cannot believe it's been going on for 40 episodes. It's 40 weeks, except for 1 week where I couldn't do it because I was in Kansas City during a blog pause convention, so I couldn't do it. But boy, 40 weeks. I made up for it. So, episode 40, CBD oil. CBD oil, or it's better known as CBD oil or hemp oil. So, this is a new thing that many people swear, by, not only for their animals, but for themselves. So, what is it? What are the benefits? What do you need to know about it if you're going to use it? How is it helping animals? How is it helping people? What are some of the things you need to know about it? And also, I'll be posting links to 2 places that I highly recommend. And you'll find out why in a little bit. So, hi everyone. Okay, so number 1. The first thing I want to let you know about CBD oil is this. You got to make sure that the articles you're reading are current. This thing is changing every single day. There's new studies, new stuff coming out, new thoughts on people's experiences with their animals. And CBD oil started taking effect around 2016. Okay, so there's a lot of articles on it, but a lot of just stuff has changed since CBD oil first came out. So please try to find articles on the web or even, in real magazines. Try to find those articles as recent as you possibly can, because you want to be able to read about this, and you want to be able to read about it right and not read about it, with stuff and giving you information that's, like 2 hours or two years old. I would strongly recommend that you find articles that are no older than 6 months. Everything older than 6 months, forget about it. It's not worth reading, okay? Because stuff has changed so much. So, first and foremost, what I want to talk about CBD oil itself is this. It's not pot. Okay? CBD oil lacks the psychoactive effects of what you call THC. THC is what makes marijuana, okay? When you take it out, it's hemp. So THC, as long as it's not in the oil, it's not going to affect your animal in any weird way, okay? There are calming effects to it. That's true, but you're not going to all of a sudden wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and hear somebody, in the kitchen go in and your animal is there and they're raiding the refrigerator for like chocolate and other num-nums because they're high. It's not pot. So yes, there's calming effects to it, natural calming effects to it, but there is no psychoactive effects whatsoever to it so far. This is what we have found out. So it's not pot. Now, here's a very important thing. Not all oils are the same. There has been a boom of this stuff for a long time now, okay? And it seems like everybody and their mother is making CBD products. You have to be aware of where you're getting your products from, because not all oils, just because it's CBD oil, doesn't mean that it's going to have a good percentage in it. It might have. There have been studies, FDA has looked into this, where there are some products that said, oh, we got CBD oil. They had either no CBD oil in them or they had very, very little. So make sure, it's important to make sure that where you get it from is spot on. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. I'm also, again, going to post links to 2 places that I know, I trust, I recommend. Okay, so at least you could start off from there, and at least those 2 people or those 2 companies you can trust. So, number 4. Here's some of the reasons that I personally have prescribed CBD oil to my fur kid clients. Now, you got to understand, this list that I'm going to tell you is probably about 1.5 years. I've only really started working with CBD oil the last 1.5 years. And before that, I didn't know, there was very little I knew. I didn't even know about it. Okay, so here are some of the reasons why I prescribe them. Allergies, immune system boost. Immune system has been taxed and the animal needs a boost, and I got empathically that the CBD oil could help. Arthritis, dementia, seizures, a lot with seizures, okay, that's where that's where I was first getting, that was my first client for fur kid client, was because he was having seizures. Elder care. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about arthritis. I'm talking about if they're moving slow, or they just don't feel like they just don't seem like they have the energy like they used to, or the clarity like they need, or they're just not, their quality of life can just be a little bit better, okay? Pain management. Great for pain management. Separation anxiety. Fear or stress issues, things like thunderstorms, loud noises, fireworks. It's coming up on the 4th of July, people. Just saying. Dominant issues, if they're dominating too much in the household. Not only the animals in the household, the other animals in the household, but the people as well. Aggression issues. Cancer. Now, this is both as a treatment and, meaning to help cure the cancer, and or for pain from the illness of like chemotherapy. Appetite stimulation. Again, now here's the thing. I know I said you don't have to worry about your animals raiding the refrigerator, okay? But that's because so that was a bit of a joke. But what I'm saying here is that it just stimulates the appetite a little bit, enough to get them interested again in food. Not that they're going to get the munchies. Going to be borrowing the car, going to, the corner store, getting chips and dips and all that kind of stuff. I don't mean that, all right? Just a little bit of appetite stimulation. That's it, all right? Spinal muscle tension. I had one animal that he would get these spasms in his spine, and he would get all hunched over and locked up, and he couldn't move, and it was very, very painful. You could see it on his poor little face. It was just like this, so the CBD oil helps the muscles to relax, and it's helped him greatly. Heart palpitations, heart beating too fast. It helps the heart slow down. The other thing is to alleviate psychological or physical trauma experiences, and is as a replacement for appetizers. For tranquilizers. So, to alleviate psychological or physical trauma experiences, meaning an animal has gone through something traumatic, either physical trauma, mental trauma, or psychological trauma, like being, in a car accident with his people, or, something like that there. And it helps him or her let go of that, and as a replacement for tranquilizers. So the replacement for tranquilizers could either be as needed, meaning, we're going on a trip, and my animal has travel stress, so let's give him some CBD oil. Or it could be for ongoing, my animal has intense fear problems, fear issues, and he's been on Prozac and puppy Prozac or kitty Prozac, and I want to replace that stuff for them. So I'm going to take everybody's questions and comments at the end. So please feel free, comment away. I'm just not going to read it and look at it until the end. But I want to hear what you have to say about this, because we're the researchers. We're the researchers right now. There's very little research on this. So we are the researchers. You, me, your animals, my animals. We're the researchers. So I want to hear what you guys have to say from your own lips. So, what have been some of the results that have been going on with CBD oil? Well, many of my fur kid clients have responded really well to it. I mean, really well. There's been, their quality of life is going better. They're off the heavy medications like phenobarb, which is a killer for the organs, and Prozac. I mean, these things just like really destroy the organs. I'm sorry, but they do. And those have studies. Long-term effects of phenobarbital and Prozac have bad results on things like the liver, the kidneys, the heart. Okay? I'm not making this up. Cancer has disappeared, or it's given the animal a lot longer than what they were given by their care provider. So they'll be given like 2 months, and the animal lives for another 2 years. They've had better mobility, energy, and stamina. CBD oil is giving them longer, happier, healthier lives. This is my opinion. Again, this is from what I've seen, from staying in contact with my clients, asking them to tell me what's going on. They have to be my eyes and ears. This is important, because if this stuff is as good as I believe it is, this stuff needs to be researched. It needs to be looked into, and it needs to be talked about. And that's why I want to do and stay in touch with my clients and know what's going on with your animals, because you're my eyes and ears. And let's get this stuff out where it needs to be. So, number 6, things you need to know about CBD oil. Okay, these are really important. This is what I found. Number one, like I said before, there is no research. You and your animals are the research. Now, usually, because it's a natural product, it's not as regulated as something that is like an over-the-counter or any other kind of drug, like phenobarb or Prozac. So we're the research. This is why it's important to talk about it. Document what's going on with your animal. Start giving it to them, or you. Start giving it, and then record it somehow, either in a journal or in an audio journal with an MP3 player, or, well, now you can use your phone. But document it. How are you feeling? What changes are you seeing in your animal? Because this makes it real. This makes it really intense. This is something that people are looking for. This is the way things get researched, people. This is the way it's done. So the next thing is, we're the researchers. The next thing is, it's non-addictive. So you could give it for a little bit. You could give it for a lot of bit. You can give it as long or as little as you want to. And it's beneficial for your animal, but it's non-addictive. So my thing is that, I tell people, sometimes this is a one and done. Sometimes it's for just a little bit until the symptoms go away. And then I say, something, let's try them without it. You don't have to wean them off it like you do with phenobarb and like you have to do with Prozac, because if you don't, it destroys the organs. And you can give it for as long as you want to. So you can give it for a long time, forever. If they got arthritis, boop, keep on giving it to them. It's non-psychotropic. Again, it's not pot. Okay? Now, with some animals, it has to build up a little bit in their system before you start to see results. Okay? Some animals, you'll see it instantaneously. Some animals not. Yeah, they have to build up a little bit of a tolerance for it. And they have to build it up into their system so that then you'll start to see the benefits, just so that you're aware. Just because you give it to your animal and then a week later you don't see any results doesn't mean that's not working. It means you got to give it maybe a little bit more time. What's the other thing? Oh, you can't get it wrong. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love flower essences so much. You can't get it wrong. You can't overdose. Okay? Your animal, you can't... It's natural. It's nothing, there's nothing about it. So if you decide that, oh, I'm giving 6 drops when you really should be giving 32 drops, or you're giving 32 drops when you should really maybe be giving like 7 drops, you don't have to go into a panic. Oh my God, I've overdosed, my animal's ODing on CBD oil. You can't get it wrong. All right, that's the beauty. Some animals can be on it for the rest of their lives, like I said, but for many, it's temporary. It depends on the animal and the situation. So I will prescribe CBD oil and I will tell them, this feels like it's going to be, let's try it for 2 weeks. Let's try it for a few months. And then let's see what happens afterwards. And then wean them off of it. Not wean them, but take them off of it. Just stop it. Because, and then sometimes I'm telling people, give it, keep giving it, and give it, have it on automatic send, because you're going to need this for the rest of their lives. That's the wonderfulness about it. So, and it's not like the regular medications where they have to be on it. In some cases, you're taking your animal's life in jeopardy because you have to give them this stuff, but it's also destroying their organs. So what are you going to do? It's like devil, damned if you do, damned if you don't, but you want what's best for your animal. So, but some things a lot of this time it's temporary. Again, things are changing every single day. All right? All right? So, but some vets will not be so happy about this stuff. They might not know about it. Again, like I said, there's not a lot of research on it. There's very little. It's almost non-existent. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that, you know, if you talk about this with your vet and they're not down for it, but it feels right to you. I talked about this in another episode. I'm not going to say no, never listen to your vet. I never am going to say that. But if it feels right to you, it is right for you because you're feeling it and you're feeling it for your animal. Your vet is giving you this other, you know, they have your animal's best interest at heart. Don't get me wrong. But they're not that animal's person. They're their animal's vet. So some vets might not be so on board and happy skippy. And they can't prescribe it because of the fact that it's so, you know, there's no research on it. So you're going to be the one to get it. It's going to be on you to get it, not on them. So things are changing every day, but some vets might not prescribe it. So that'll be all up to you. Now, here's another thing. Some states have banned CBD oil. They will not let you ship it in, okay? Companies can't ship to them, so check to see which one, if that's the case for your state. Again, not everybody's on the CBD oil bandwagon, all right? This is the important thing. Not all oils, again, I'm going to state this because it's so important. Not all oils are the same. Okay? They're not created equal. So it's important to research what companies are good. Again, I'm going to post links to 2 companies at the end of this. I'll post it in the comments so you have it because you should. And they're amazing and they're awesome. These are other things you need to know. There are tests performed by the FDA that have found many products did not have the amount of CBD oil that they claimed. Like I said before, they either had nothing or they had very, very little. Now, what does that mean? It means that hemp can be grown in contaminated areas. Hemp is a very sturdy plant, okay? And it can be grown in practically anywhere. In some areas it shouldn't be. Okay, some areas are contaminated, some areas are not clean, some areas, you know, don't have the proper filtration. So what you need to do, and the soil can be ooky. So what you need to do is you need to look for a company. Here is the important tip. You need to look for a company that can provide a laboratory analysis of what is in their product. Where do they get the hemp? How is it harvested? Is it organic? You can't just say, "Ooh, it's CBD oil, it's good." Because you might be giving your cat or your animal crap. So the number one thing people should ask is, where was the hemp grown and can you prove it? Now, the places I'm going to be linking to have their analysis on their website. I think both of them do. If not both, then one. And the other one, you can just ask them for it. But I think both of them have it. I'm not sure. Sorry. I'm pretty sure both of them have it. But you need to see that laboratory analysis. You also need to know how much hemp do you put in your oil? How much is it? Is it 50? Is it 40? Is it 30? So that's what you need to ask for. Where is the hemp grown? And can you prove it? Do you have a laboratory analysis that I can see? Not everything, just because something is metaphysical and just because something's natural doesn't necessarily make it good. It's true. Okay? Yeah, this comes from the metaphysical expert. Okay? Yes. All right? So make sure, do a little research, do some due diligence. Yes, I said do. Do some due diligence because you're going to then find the best hemp that's going to give you the best results for you, for your animal. So here goes my bottom line. I do this all the time. So CBD oil is a growing but unregulated business. All right? There is still a lot we don't know about it, and I'm being honest. And you know me, I love natural stuff. I'm go natural, go allopathic sometimes, but go natural most. But I'm being honest here. There's still a lot we don't know about this stuff, you know? We don't know about it. So research into its benefits are non-existent. You're not going to find it. Although there are 2 new studies that are just getting started, but they're just getting started. And you know these people. Research takes years with some of these things. It's crazy. You need to be careful and find a company that can prove to you what's in their hemp, where's it grown, and what's in the oil. Okay? Your state might not allow it. And might not let you ship it in, so you might have to, and I'm never going to say anything against the law, but you might have to get creative. Just saying. All right? But your vet might be against it, but the benefits that I've read about, that I've heard about, that I personally experienced with my own animals, with myself, has been astounding. It's been astounding. It may not be the silver bullet, all right? It may not be the cure-all for every single thing. Just keep that in mind, you know? It might not cure everything, but when I prescribe it, or when I give it to my own animals, the feeling it gives me is that I feel good. And if I feel good, it is good for me and for my animals. When I prescribe it for my fur kid clients, it feels good when I'm doing it. So I have to trust in that. Is that researched? No. But I know for me personally, when something feels good, it is good. So I'm going to do it. But just research it and look into it a little bit more. Okay? Not all CBD oil is alike, but I feel that CBD oil is incredible. And that's been my experience. So, that's episode 40. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped. I hope it answered some questions. I'm going to take some comments, so hang on one second. If anybody's got any info that they'd like to share, boom, put it up. Now, not all the comments are always seen. Sometimes there's a bit of a lag time. I don't know why. I've tried to figure it out, and I've tried to call the company, but nobody seems to be able to tell me why. So I apologize, but I will get to you and read your comments and comment on your comments at the end if I don't see them now. Hi, Lisa says, oh, hi, Coriel, I love your show. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate it. And Lisa also says, I recently moved to the country and all 3 of my dogs have tested positive for Lyme disease. Only one of them is showing any kinds of joint pain. Would this help them? I would say yes. I would say yes. Now, will it cure the Lyme? I don't know. Why not give it a shot? Again, give it a shot. It's again, you can't get it wrong, okay? If it feels like, but don't go, full tilt, full Monty on it. If you don't want to do it, then start slow. Give them a few drops and see. Just start to see. But I'm telling you, document this. If you give it to your animals, document it because you think you're going to remember all the changes that happen. But you're not. You're not going to remember everything. You're not going to remember how one day, he went from here and he went from not being able to walk or walking with a limp to, almost the next day, he, wasn't walking with a limp anymore and he was happier and his tail was wagging. Document, And if there's anything I can do for you and the pups, Lisa, please let me know. I'm happy to help you guys if you need to do a session or whatever. I'll also do a healing session on them, whatever you need. I'm happy to help them. Sharon, I know. Sharon says, I wish I knew this more. I knew more about this when my Jersey was younger, even just a year ago. I know. I know. And I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting it a lot. And Sharon's one of my clients, and her baby Jersey just passed away. So please send her some loving juju. Because, but she was an amazing dog. And I think, who knows, but, it was Jersey's time, but she did a hell of a job on her own. I'll tell you that much. That dog was incredible. She still is incredible. Okay, Felicia. Let's see. It is a sacred and powerfully gentle remedy for all living creatures. Amen, sister. I beautifully said. I think it's amazing. I really do. But I had to be honest. There's no research on it. So if you're going to go find research, you're not going to find it. But I think it's pretty cool that we're the researchers. Okay? So I think it's awesome. Felicia says, you go, girl. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for watching, honey. I appreciate it. Felicia is an amazing singer who is a friend of mine here in Santa Fe. Rebecca, waiting for ours to come. Great. Let me know, Rebecca. And please remember what I said. Document every day. Just a little something. Doesn't have to be a lot. Don't notice anything today. Ooh, I noticed she seems like she's smiling a little bit more. Ooh, whatever. I don't care. Just document whatever you need. Lucinda. This is a long one. Hi, Coriel. A friend of mine has lung cancer, aggressive cancer, and she managed to get it. It helped her control the pain. It also helped her in the not getting secondary effects from the chemotherapy. She was in her final stage of cancer. It had spread to her lungs. This helped her remarkably in the last few months of her life. She did battle to find a place to order from. It gave her better quality. This is unfortunate. Taboo here. She's, I think Lucinda is in South America, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. This helped her remarkably in the last few months of her life. She did do battle, find a place to order. It gave her better quality. This is unfortunate. Taboo here. So not easy to get a hold of. In dogs, how much does one give? I have a dog named Bigger, and she has a major allergy to heat. What do you recommend? Please, can you send a website? Thank you, Coriel. Love the show as always. Great, thank you. Well, I will post the link. One of the links that I'm posting is, both websites you can buy for your animal. Okay, both. One though specifically has CBD oil for pets, okay? They also sell to humans, all right? But they have for pets. And they have for small dogs, medium dogs, to large dogs. So the dosage is on the back of the bottle, so you'll be able to give it without any problem. And I'll post the links afterwards. Rebecca Slater said, really hoping it helps Louis' eyes. His allergies just went haywire. Poor baby. Yeah, I have a feeling it's really going to help him out. It's just, when I touch on it, it's just his immune system is just taxed. So this is a example of two things: taxed immune system and allergies. So yes, we're going to get Louis fixed up, Rebecca. Lucinda, bless you for sharing such precious information. I'm honestly grateful. You're very, very welcome. Lots of great info, great article. Sharon posted a great article, she says, so you might want to look into that. That link is on the comments. Hi, Aunt Ro. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments. Everybody's commenting about this. I had a feeling. Sharon says, I kept a medical diary for my Jersey and for myself. Right. Beautiful. That's the way to do it, girl. Valerie Feiss. Just put in Seventh Heaven's evening meal. My feed store gave me a sample bottle, and Clooney seems more limber. since all of them are getting up in years except Katie, all will get them. Got myself some too. Great. Great. You might want to just check with the company or look on their website and look if you can find about the laboratory analysis. I'm just saying, it's, you know, going in with eyes wide open is better than going in like that. And you know something? I guarantee that's probably going to be the picture for the video that Facebook is going to choose. Because it's always the ugliest photo. Always. Always the ugliest still. Always. So just check, Valerie. Make sure. Again, doing some diligent work. Lucinda says she's in the Azores island off the coast of Portugal. Nice. Very nice. Send me some of that Azore like energy, man. That's awesome. I work in medical research. Okay. Rebecca says, will do. I work in medical research, so I understand the importance of documentation. Thank you. I mean, and it's going to, if we can get all this down and we can share this and prove this, maybe they'll get, you know, on the CBD ball faster. You know, get into more animals, to more people. Allow the vets to prescribe it. Now, here's the thing: some vets are even they were frustrated about it and frustrated that they couldn't really find out research about it. So what they're started is some vets have even started their own companies, CBD companies, and these are allopathic vets. So there you go. I don't know. Okay. So keep the comments coming. If you know and you've been working with this stuff, let me know what's going on, and let me know what your experience has been. This is all important. I keep all this stuff. I keep all this stuff. Your comments. I keep screenshots of this. I say this is when this person was working with this, and this was what that did for them. And the more we know, the more it can help. The more powerful it becomes. And if I'm just saying, I got a feeling CBD oil is going to be huge. It's already huge. I think it's going to be even bigger. And I think it's going to do so much good. I feel it. It's like every time I think about it, I just like start like shaking because I'm just in a good way, because I'm so excited about this stuff. And I hope you're excited too. But we just need to make sure that the companies we go to are the companies that know their stuff and give us the good stuff. So, Jersey's vet, Sharon says she's sharing one last thing. Hang on. Jersey's vet wanted me to provide her with info about the product I researched. She was interested because she's 55, and when she was in school, they just taught drug therapy. You're also if your vet is open to this, this is also a good indicator of how good your vet is. I'm sorry, but it is. If they're open to this, if they're open to hearing this research and wanting to know more about it, that tells you a hell of a lot about your vet. If they're just like, oh, I don't know anything about that stuff, and that's all ridiculous. I'm not even gonna, no, I don't believe in that stuff. Then you know that's a closed person. Maybe you might want to look for another vet. I want somebody who's open to new stuff. I want somebody who's looking into this stuff. I want somebody who's I don't have to convince every single time, or bribe, or fight every single time I go in. I don't want somebody as my vet. I'm sorry, I don't. Maybe some people are into that. I'm not. So that's great, Sharon. Thank you very much for sharing that. So for a reading or a session, please feel free to go to my site. My website is my name, and it's CorielKramer.com. And until next week, I hope you and your animals have a healthy, wonderful, blessed, amazing week filled with all the best experiences. And I will see you next week.